Good morning, happy Monday morning, except you'll probably be watching this on Tuesday or some other day of the week. But for me, right now, it is Monday morning, it's 8:30. I don't have a cup of tea in my hand, and I feel like 8:30 I should have a cup of tea in my hand. In fact, I normally would at this time, given what I'm doing, which I'll tell you in a minute. But I'm going out in just under an hour. I'm going to walk into town because I'm meeting up with some old friends for a cup of tea in town. We have a bit of a routine. We always go to the same cafe. We always meet on the same day of the week. We always meet at the same time, but we don't do it very often. They are mums from Lilia's year at primary school. So Lilia, my eldest daughter, if you're not aware, will be 18 in March. So she is almost a fully grown up adult human. And these are people that I met when she was still between the ages of 4 and 11. I really feel very lucky to still be able to catch up with them and catch up with what their daughters are doing, who are obviously the same age as Lilia, but so completely different. All three of them totally different. So it's so interesting to hear how they're sort of navigating their lives and catch up. And one of them actually moved to Cornwall. So it's always nice to hear how life is down there in the countryside. So Monday mornings, I'm trying to structure my weeks a bit better because I am quite bad at getting distracted and not sticking to a proper routine. But I do enjoy like anyone, I enjoy getting things done and ticking things off my list. So I've got my planner that I spoke about here, which has been going really well for me. I've been using it every week since I spoke about it in my what worked and what I'm planning might work in. I'll put the thumbnail and the title of the video up on the screen because clearly words are failing me this morning. Yes, I've got this that I'm going to work through. I've already done a couple of things, and Mondays are my life admin and business email days, which sounds really funny to call them business emails because they don't feel like that at all. It's things like messages on Ravelry, though I'm so behind with those, emails regarding what I do on YouTube. So that just doesn't feel like business emails. It just feels like catching up with something that's really fun, chatting with people, organising things with like people I'm working with for sponsorships and things. It feels so far from work. It's ridiculous. It's lovely. And also some like life admin things like sorting out, ordering stuff for the garden that we need, paying a deposit for Lilia's birthday party and all of that. So I'm going to crack on with that for the next hour, but the first half of that hour I'm going to spend on comments. And then you can see a basket here. I've got some gifts that I spoke about on the first day of these January vlogs. And what I do whenever I get gifts, I've got a spreadsheet and I write down every single thing that person has given me, and I write down their names and what their social media is and anything about them, because I like to remember when I use things. If my memory fails me, I can always refer to my spreadsheet, and then when I use things I can think of that person and know who it was that gave that to me as a gift. And I always do that before I put gifts into use or before I put them in their homes around the house and so on. So I'm going to do that as well. So I'm going to crack on with that for an hour, wishing that I had my cup of tea, but saving myself my cup of tea in the cafe. Do you remember I said I had a use for this gorgeous little pouch that Lizzie sent me? I'm just getting ready to go out and I will show you what I have in mind. This is the little pouch that came with my phone charger that I have. And it's rubbish, it never stays closed and it gets all complicated. So, because I need to have my phone charger, which is here, and then I have the little lead that charges it, and I have the lead that charges my phone, and then I've got a spare watch charger as well. So I'm going to put them all in there, and then I might actually use a spare DPN holder or another little pouch, if I can find one, to keep these leads separate so that they don't get all confused. But look at how perfect that is. Brilliant. Right, just getting ready to go. Breaking my own rule of not listening to anything in my ears whilst walking. I used to listen to stuff all the time, but I found that it was making me feel dizzy and Yeah, especially when it's cold for some reason. It seems to affect my ears when I've got earphones in the cold weather, even if I've got my hood up to stop the wind whistling around. But I'm breaking my own rule because it's quite a short walk. It's only like 20 minutes. And my book's really good. It's getting to like the last hour or so of my audiobook and it's really good. And I want to find out what's happening. So I'm going to listen to it. So I'm listening to The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. And actually yesterday, which was very telling, I was enjoying it so much as I was cooking dinner that I started to look and see if she had any other books. And she doesn't. I think this must be her debut novel. But she does have a new one coming out this year in the summer. So I'm going to add that to my little book journal to remind me to look that up when it comes round. Because I have really enjoyed it. It's been a really interesting read with a slightly magical element, but it was also quite hard-hitting in places. But yeah, it's hard to describe. I'm not going to start doing it now just as I'm about to leave the door, but it does make me think I need to do another little book update video. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to put this on now and get walking. I'm back. I didn't film anything. I think I filmed a bit of my walk, but I didn't film anything when I was in the cafe because my friends were there as soon as I arrived and we just got to chatting and we were there for about 2 hours just catching up over tea and biscuits. It was lovely. And I'm home now and I'm in the market for a very nutritious lunch. So I've just been in the fridge looking at what we've got kind of just lurking. So I've got some red pepper, I've got some courgette, I've got some cherry tomatoes, I've got some coconut water. My absolute favourite drink, possibly of all time, is the chocolate cocoa water that Vita Coco, well, used to do, because I have not found it in any shop in about 3 months. I'm really hoping they haven't stopped doing it because I love that stuff. So anyway, I've got a plain one. What else have I got? Some leftover pasta. What's in here? Soft cheese, which is fine. I think that was just from the other day. Okay, I'm going to do some kind of pasta and sautéed vegetable thing, or maybe I might roast them in the air fryer. I will drink my cocoa water, my coconut water, whilst I decide and fill the dishwasher with the breakfast things. I am pleased with myself. I've just been giving the vegetables to the chickens. That's not why I'm pleased with myself. I'm just putting remainders back in the fridge. I'm going to be doing dinner soon as well. Well, it's 4 o'clock. I've got about an hour or so. We have dinner a bit early on a Monday because Phoebe has football training. Let me put this down. Yeah, I'm pleased with myself because I got a lot done, more so than I expected. I really got myself into it. I went through all the emails, well, most of the emails that I needed to get to, but I'm so behind on a lot of them that it's going to take me a while, but I just figured if I keep doing it every Monday, it's going to get better and better. But I also selected one of my lovely notebooks. I have many notebooks in my notebook stash. I'm very lucky. I got this for my birthday from one of my best friends quite a few years ago now, and I've never known what to use it for. And then I was watching, who was I watching? What Victoria Read. It was Victoria at What Victoria Read, and she was talking about, she was doing the book tag, finished book tag, and she mentioned that she had a YouTube journal, and I thought, that sounds good. She said she just keeps notes of when she's tagged in things and so on, and I thought that's what I need, like a working notebook to just write things down so I don't forget them. So what I did was I selected my notebook And I put a little intention at the beginning of my notebook that kind of gives me permission to treat it badly. I've got some lovely stickers on here as well. These were lovely stickers that were sent to me as gifts. I just love Alice so much, and I love toadstools. And I've put a YouTube journal, and I've put notes for anything and everything to do with my YouTube channels and anything associated, intended to be messy, practical and useful. So the first thing I've done, and actually it's quite neat, is I've made a little page for January about what I published and when, and I've started a page for February. So I've decided I'm going to do that at the beginning of each month and then fill it up as the month goes on. So I know what videos I've published in that month. And then I've made a load of notes here for a vlog I'm going to be filming later this week, which is sponsored by somebody. But you will see that next week. And it's very exciting. I've really enjoyed making these notes, and I've got everything I want to mention and what I want to include in it and so on. And I'm really pleased that I've got that all here in one place. And I've been working my way through my to-do list on my weekly planner, and I've done a load of stuff that I've had on there for ages, so I'm very pleased with that. I've been having fun with my highlighters and I'm just, feeling quite organised. So I've got some bits I need to do tomorrow, including sorting out the girls' passports. And I've still got to book our summer holiday. We're going abroad, and we never normally go abroad, and it's just stressing me out a bit. It doesn't feel normal to be booking an abroad holiday, so I've got to get my head around it, because we're going to be flying, which is completely alien to me. I think the last time we flew anywhere as a family was 2018 when we went to Denmark. So yeah, I've got to get my head around that tomorrow. But right now I'm going to stop. I'm going to put my audiobook on. I'm going to tidy about in the kitchen a bit. And I think I'm going to make some muffins. That's what I'm going to do. I've got some leftover weetabix. And all the crumbs that you get at the bottom of the weetabix, I save it up until I've got enough, and then I make my leftover cereal muffins, which is a recipe of my own invention, which the girls seem to really like. So it must be all right. I'm going to do that. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, thank you so much, by the way. I was reading your vlogs. I was reading your comments this morning. And yeah, it was so lovely to hear from you. You were all pleased to see a little week of daily vlogs coming up, and it was just lovely to read through them. I've been going through and liking and replying as the days gone on, and yeah, it's just so nice because it puts me back. I feel like it's Vlogmas or Vlogtober, and just being able to communicate with everybody around the world, and yeah, I love it. So thank you so much for the love on that first video. I'll see you tomorrow.